Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
This is how our application is looking on. And we need to launch a patient within our EHR. Do you know how to launch a patient within a EHR? Like any idea what we will be doing by launching a patient within an EHR? Let me tell you. Let's say this is your EHR. And let's say you are a doctor. This is your EHR UE. You are seeing some stuff like some of the fields to search a patient, first name, last name, date of birth, something like that. You fill in the information. You get a list of patients here with a similar matching information. This is your first patient. This is your second patient. This is your third, and this is your fourth patient. You get a bunch of patients whose information you filled in, like the search might matches the pattern. For example, the first thing matches each of them. A list of patients will be popped up here. Similarly, when you will click one of the patient's information here, when you will click one of the patient here, it will launch your application, whatever you have developed. It will launch your application, and your application will be responsible to get the patient context, to get access to everything. Your application, when it will launch, it will get access to, it will get the patient context in patient context. What I meant is basically all the information of a patient, patient ID, patient name, etc., etc., everything. From encounter to everything. Once you have clicked this patient, now you might be thinking, what is the use of this then? The use of it is basically now this application, any HR application will be interacting with our application, which we have developed. And whatever we need to do with that, we can easily do it. Go ahead and do that. Let me show you a demo with that. When I will click on extend box, you see a list of patients will be popping up here. Now you can see with the help of names, date of birth, gender, etc. Now whenever I trigger any patient, let's say I want to see any detail for TB Smart. And it also asked, do you want to display a demographic bar? Yes, I want to display. Whenever you trigger this, it will launch my application. This is when I click on launch. Do you see this? ORL. This is my URL. If you can see, I got a launch call here as well. What is today's date? 13. But this is the launch call. I get into my application and the IS is this one. EC2 only. Launching is done with the help of EC2 URL, but let's say now, once I click on my launch application, I'm getting this error because they have updated the documentation, but they did not update. Sorry, they updated their EHR, but they did not update it. Their documentation, even I'm getting the same idea here as well, but I'm not sure why they are not able to giving me the access to retrieve the access token and all. That issue I'm facing now, but that's fine. Guys, do you get an idea what a smart on fire is? Can you tell me some few of the use cases you can think of for this easy to use, handy, smart on fire framework? Can you guys, I'm asking you if you can tell me by looking at this smart on fire application, by looking at that like what I showed you, can you think of few of the use cases? Like how we can utilize smart on fire application because it comes in handy. We do not have to go ahead and remember each and every patient name. We just have to search for a patient. That said, like if a patient is sitting in front of us, we will ask the name, the date of birth. That's it. We will put it in our EA card. And once we have the detail, we will trigger the patient chart. Once the patient chart is triggered, it will launch our application. When our application is launched, it will be retrieving the access token by access. By the help of access token, we will have all the data of the patient within our application, that is within our code. Once we have all the data in our application, can you think of few of the use cases? For example, if the patients are taking the telemedicine consultation, we can build an application on that using the Smart on Fire application. But they're trading the patient's data, who has took the elements, telemedicine consultations. And also remote patient monitoring. Yes, definitely. Definitely. This is a good one. Anything more from you? Like purpose of launching this patient in EHR is to interact with the different EHR systems. Is that using the FHIR standard? Yes, definitely. This is also a good one. Why I'm seeing this is a good one because once you have the data with us, all the data, we can compare the data. We can let's say if that patient is in center as well, we can quickly pull all the data from center. If that patient is in Epic, we can quickly pull all the data from Epic. And one more use case is that, or when the data is with us. Let's say we have all the data. We have the access token first of all. We are pulling in encounter detail, we'll pull. We are pulling in each and every detail. Once that data is with us, we can store it in the DB. And let's say we can utilize that for data analysis purpose. The data. And the data is the key thing here now. Even what I would say is, even if you have a let's say normal snack center in which you are selling some juice and something, and just one thing you are doing separate from other is you are mentioning like whenever a customer visits your shop, you are like taking the details for name, phone number, etc. and their order history or maintaining in your database. Now, if you go ahead and tell Zomato, tell Swiggy and Blinkit that this is the data of my customers and they are ordering this. You, whatever you want to do with the data, you do that. You do your analysis, run your ads, whatever you want to. But I will sell that data for you. They will buy the data for Lex. Similarly, we have healthcare data, which is more sensitive data, and this data cost a lot in market. It's not that we will be selling it as it is. There are many terms, many conditions, and many extra protecting and protection, basically the violation of this data. We will be complying with each of them, but the data. We have each, let's say we have each has data in our database. Can you think of how huge our data will be and how precious our data will be? We, a doctor, do not have to get to other EHRs and search for a patient history or something. He can just directly go to our application, our website, which we have developed, and search for any patient there. How convenient it will be for him. That's how the Smart on Fire application use cases are. Let me show you one original Smart on Fire. This is advanced. Is this screen visible to you? Now is it visible? Advanced MD is also another HR. If you can see, let me sign in quickly. This is also one of the EHR I've been working on. If you can see, this is the Smart app. Launch here. I will show you the real use case of Smart app launch. This is the audience URL, which is the URL from a Pro Advanced MD, which they gave us. These are the scopes. You know what scopes are. The scope defines what access do we want. OD we want. We want to read only patient's return. If that is star, we want to read patients /star daughter. It like every respond like every API we want to read from the patient. And this is launch /patient. Whenever a patient will be launched, a patient context will be sent along with that this is that scope. Patients, let's start. .star means we want to access each and everything for a patient, even read, even write, even delete, exit. But we will not select now because we need to select a scope carefully, whichever is required for the slide. Let's run this. When running, think of it like we are launching the launch control. What would the practitioner These are all the practitioner details. Fire test. You can find it in the developer's account. Fire test provider. This is the user. This is the password. This is sandbox user password. Once I submit that, click here. Now you can see search patient by. For Epic also we have the sandbox. Epic do not give the sandbox environment as it is. like more casually, more like it gives that environment. I'm working on that as well, but it requires a backup. Like let's say a practice or something with whom we are working, what we are developing, a more reasonable thing to be, but it asks for a lot of questions and then verify and then give the sandbox. This is advanced MD, a smart app, a smart on fire application. As I said, you write that you can ask, you can search a patient. Let's say if the patient name last name is Do, if you're searching for it, you see a list of patients popped up. Who launched these patients here? We searched for that patients. Is it now before we create it? So like someone like before us created this profile of patient in advance. Now we are saying yes. Now we are searching them exactly. This is sandbox data. In the same way you are going to create an EHR that you've shown previously, the launching patient. Launching the patient is always about searching for a patient. Launching a patient means we have already the patient. How we will be launching that patient into our application? We have already have the data in the EHR. Just we are launching the by developing. As you saw, we searched for a patient with the last name though. We've got a list of patients. There are 2 patients available in the sandbox environment. Now I will be launching this patient, Jane Doe. When I click this submit request, you can see the URL file Smart App Launch. That means it is launching now. It is the URL. Where is it? Where is the data? How this patient data is integrated with our application. I will show you that 1 second, but first thing first, why I'm not getting the data. Data every provider changed it. Once we launch the patient, this is the data we will be getting now. Now I can present you the data on the screen. But in backend, what will be happening is we will be getting the data in our application, in our code. If we can see, we have an access token. With the help of this access token, we can access whatever we want. Other resources like encounter, like observation, etc., etc. If you analyze this access token response properly, you can see a patient. ID will also be there. We have the practitioner who launched the patient. And then we have the patient demographics as well. Resource type patient, the whole patient JSON. Along with that, we have the patient's encounter as well. For this patient, there is no encounter. That's fine, but we will have a patient encounter as well. We have explanation of benefit, not needed. We will have coverage. Coverage is there. We have coverage is there, it is also not needed. Consent is also there. Similarly, you get the concept. Now, can you think of a good use case for it? Now, as you can see, we have what we do when we launch a patient. Can you guys think of a good use case now? Now you know what Smart and Power launch is. Smart and Power application launches. Can we download the application? An application for a lab results. Lab result. Yes, we can pull that data. That is fine. If you want to see, let's say we have this access token response. Now we can explore the API as well with the help of this access token. I'll show you how. This is my advanced empty collection. Let's first try to get the patient. This is the access token. I'll be putting this access token into my the stream patient. I read do get it with the help of this access token. I first access the patient's demographics. Now let's look at the lab results. Let's go to file documentation. We want to see file single request for now. This is it. And I think repair. You are saying about lab results. We do not have lab results. We have immunization details. Let's go ahead with medication. To the first observation we'll define. We can also test this with test the data with the help of this sandbox or testing environment which Advanced MT has provided. If you click on authorize and whatever token we have, if you put it here, authorized it here. And we can test the API from here as well. It is asking for some details. Let's give it from here. Patient will be our patient. The category will be lab results. If we execute this, you get, do you see the result? 200. But the total items are 0. That means there are no lab results for this patient. Getting the point, guys? Able to understand any questions or doubt along? This is it. Is it like going above head, or are you able to relate things? I'm able to relate things. But you're fetching lab results from advanced in the system. Further from the patient. How can we can look how we get the access patient. We got the access when we launched that patient. Here is the access token. With this access token, if you can see the patient is 607715. I use this access token to get this patient. It is already, we have this authorization from client. This one, no, we launched that patient with our credentials. These credentials are provided by these credentials. You can register with your email account, or let's say if you have a practice onboarded to advanced MD, they can include you that this is my working professional. I want to include this person. But this is a sandbox one. We can register it directly. Is it the dummy data or else? It is a sandbox data. It is sandbox data. If you can remember, I went to advanced MD documentation and then I opt for test data. But this is test provider's data. That means a provider's credentials. This is for sandbox. Similarly, I have a test patient data. These are all the patients and their ID password. Just for trial purpose. This is sandbox data, not the real one. No, not a real one. Even I won't be allowed to show you the real data because that will violate the terms. We are always doing everything. Even me as a developer, I did not had a production environment access till now. Because they do not give access, the production environment access for developers. Whatever the thing they want to do, they will do with the sandbox data. We will develop each and everything with the help of sandbox data. And then when it will go on to production, all the details will be carried on with the management team. Only our work will be to go ahead with the sandbox data and develop each and everything, because the functionality, the structure, everything will be same. If you go into production, if you are developing onto sandbox, just the thing is, sandbox data is not a real data, but when we will go to production data is a real one. There are many laws protecting that production data. In short, what I'm trying to convey is you can do each and everything with the help of sandbox data, the development, the analysis, each and everything. Getting the point, guys? Any confusion about something? Your voice mixed up. I did not hear. Got. That's the thing remaining, is which EHR to choose from. I mean, that is not working. We are going to create a project on one of the EHR. Anyone smart on FHIR framework? Advanced MD. We do not want to go with Advanced MD because this is currently in development on this. Confirmed by Advanced MDT. Connect. Also, do we have the sandbox? Birth Connect is a tool that does not need sandbox. That is a tool. For example, you are using PyCharm. PyCharm is a tool. Similarly, Mart Connect is a tool for handling HL7, different versions of HL7 and communicating better. Is it open source? Yes, definitely. It is open source. Like I tried that 2 days back. So after I decoded the children, we do message and download the Mart Connect. We do message like passing. Oh, that is great. That is great. How did you succeed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just epic sandbox environment. But you get the concept of smart on fire. Then it will be easy to understand for you better when you develop the application. In that, what we will be doing is we will be launching the patient, grabbing the patient demographic, grabbing the patient encounter or observation and leaving that in the UI. A simple one. As I think it is a mostly used. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.